YouTube. What's up, man? It's Joe D, and this is Share a Beer 335. I am your host. Right now, there's nobody else here but me, which is pretty rare, but it's absolutely fine. So it's you're welcome to join in. Anybody that wants to jump in. If you happen to see this, we're on every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We are on for about an hour. That's about it. In the comfort of your own home. And we call this the virtual pub. So it's pretty much just like, having a few beers in the bar with your buddies, really. You might talk beer, you might talk sports, you might talk whatever, right? And on that note, right, I I wanted to check out actually what was happening with let me see. I definitely wanted to have this conversation. At least mention it. Get people thinking about it. I'm not. Where? There's got to be some updates on this stuff, right? Here we go. Yeah. See, I'm trying to. Yeah, that's. Here we go. There. Okay. Okay. What's going on here? Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with Serena Williams, right? The U.S. Open, right, happening in New York, and I'm not the biggest tennis fan. I worked with a guy for a long time. He was really really into tennis, and years ago, I also kind of grew up with somebody for a few years there, and they were really into tennis, and so that kind of you got my ear, uh, got my attention. Tennis gets my attention every once in a while when roughly this time of year when you pretty much just have baseball, preseason football. In America, we're waiting for some of our main sports to start up again, other than baseball, right? But tennis kind of goes across the pond. It's worldwide, right? Like a lot of people. As a matter of fact, in other countries, it's even more popular than it is here in America. That's for sure. And so the conversation has come up now, right? That let me see, this is the men's. Let me see if I can share this with you. Conversation has come up though. Where did that come from? Wait, I didn't realize I had this screen going here. Let's see. Where is that?
Hey, Joe.
I didn't realize. Hey, Mark, what's up, man?
Hey. Just you and me again?
It's just me and you, baby.
Ooh.
I was just. What do you? Did you just get in from traffic, or what was the deal?
Yeah, I had a meeting after work, so I just literally walked about 3 minutes ago. Changed and grabbed myself a quality malt beverage.
Quality malt beverage, of course.
Go America, red, white, and blue.
Actually, yeah, you might have heard me talking. I was about to share the screen there. Because I've been wanting to have this conversation on here. I was hoping more people would jump in. Can you see this, the ESPN website here? Yep. Now I'm trying to find the women. I do get into tennis a little bit.
Okay.
Generally keep up with the women. There's no Americans and men tennis anymore that are really worth a damn, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. I don't follow tennis a lot, but yeah, I know that there's no American men that are near the top anymore.
And so, the question has come up with Serena and I was just trying to see what's happened today, but I don't even see her name in here anywhere. I wonder what the deal is.
I wonder if are they in the quarterfinals or the semifinals?
Well, heck, I think this is like the second day.
Oh, okay. Yes, because the finals probably aren't until Sunday or Monday.
Yeah. It's what, a 2-week deal or something. So
yeah. But yeah, so she might not.
Maybe she's not playing the first round or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But or maybe she played yesterday or something. I don't know, but I'm not seeing her name on here. But I just thought, so I'll stop sharing that. I thought it was kind of cool to have the conversation that is Serena Williams the greatest athlete we've ever had in American sports?
Mm. She's got to be up in the top group, I would think. I mean, she has dominated women's tennis for 15 years, 16 years.
God, I mean, it just seems like an eternity, really. I mean,
did they start when they were 13 or 14? Wasn't it? I mean, they were both really
good,
really young too. Yeah. I mean, they were 15, maybe 15 or 16, and now she's 34, 35. I mean, so it's been 20 years.
It's let's see if I can get some stats on her, because yeah, I think she won the first round.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got 21 Grand Slams.
Oh man, yeah, that's amazing.
21. So the question was, is she the greatest champion we've ever had in American sports? And I think she is. I think hands down,
yeah,
she's it. I regardless if she's a woman or not.
Yeah, I mean, I think
else is a bigger champion than that we've had in American sports.
I mean, there's, race car drivers that have won more races, but I mean, from the standpoint of major events, I mean, is there anybody that's won, Grand Slam events? There's 4 of them a year. It's like golf. Golf's got the majors, and tennis has a Grand Slam. So there's 4 Grand Slam events for tennis, 4 for golf. Nicholas was the greatest majors winner ever, and he had 18 major wins, or 21 or something like that. And Tiger now has 14 or 15. Tennis, does she have more major wins than any male major current? I don't know. I don't know how that ranks.
I don't know how that ranks, right?
But I mean, she's got to be one of the best. I mean, I just
yeah, she's 33.
Okay.
5'9", 150 pounds is what it says here from Wikipedia. But I think if she, I personally would put her as the greatest champion we've ever had, period. And she's definitely, to me, men's or women's American tennis, I think she's the greatest tennis player we've ever had.
Yeah, I could agree with you on that. She has. I mean, I don't follow tennis a lot, but she is. She's been pretty successful. She picked the right sport.
I mean, and she's amazing, right? Because at what did I just say? 33.
Yep.
And she still dominates, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you just don't do that at her age in that sport. From what I understand, I'm not the biggest tennis follower, but I heard that conversation come up this week, and I was like, oh, I totally agree with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, she is very, very, very good. I mean, it's and Venus has done good, but not as. I mean, Serena's just, man. She stayed relatively injury free too, which is a big thing. Tennis is just tough on the body. I mean, all that pounding and you get beat up. But she stayed relatively injury free, so that helps.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I just thought it was interesting to at least bring up, especially since tennis is such an international sport. It's something that everybody can relate to.
Yep.
Everybody can.
If she wins this, then she will win the season Grand Slam.
Yep.
She'll win all 4 of the Grand Slam events in the same year, which is pretty impressive. First time that's happened in women's in like 25 years or something like that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's
Since '88, I think was the last time a woman won. Was it Steffi Graf or somebody? I think won all four back in the late '80s, maybe.
yeah. Let me see what there's a few different articles here that I'm seeing, and I'm hoping they'll mention something about this stuff. Um, let's see. They started playing when they were kids. It says 8 and 7 years old, respectively, in the '80s.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to love it
Hmm.
if you've been doing something that long.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you've got to love it. Um, Let me see. No, this article is more of a history of their, more like a biography or something. Oof.
Hmm.
You know, yeah, these websites that have autoplay, I hate it.
Yeah. Especially when they're like porn sites. You're surfing, and your wife's sitting next to the thing. Not that that's ever happened.
Yeah, not that's what I hear, right?
No,
Yeah,
it's like friends. I've had friends that have told me
friends.
that.
I've seen it.
Single friends. Yeah, that their
I,
girlfriends have been.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, oh man, good thing that never happened with me. My wife's sitting there.
Okay, okay. Here we go. So she won. She won yesterday. Okay, and now it
Okay.
says Serena has now won 29 consecutive major matches.
Wow.
22 of them this year,
Okay.
which means her quest for the first calendar year Grand Slam in 27 years remains more than plausible.
Okay.
Let's see. They're talking about first round. So she's prevailed in 60 of her 61 career first round Grand Slam singles matches. The
Hmm.
best record among her active WTA peers. Let's see. She has 21 major singles titles.
Okay.
Uh, let's see. It looks like Venus has 7 and Maria Sharapova has 5.
Wow. So a huge gap there between those two and Serena. I mean, it's just like that's like little league versus major leagues. I mean, that's a huge difference. And I never thought it was. I mean, I thought it was closer than that. Honestly. I mean,
Oh, okay. Here's another quick stat on her. Serena is already locked in as the WTA's #1 player for the fortnight. It says it
okay.
will be the 134 consecutive weeks, the third longest streak of all time behind Graf, which had a streak of 187 weeks,
Yep.
and Navratilova, which had a streak of 156 weeks.
Okay. Yep. And they were Navratilova was like 70s, early 80s, and
Yeah.
Graf was like 80s in the early 90s, if I remember right. Yeah.
Sick. I mean, really sick. So she's 1 month short of her 34th birthday. Uh,
Okay.
the oldest woman to be ranked #1 since computer rankings came into being in November 1975.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah, and that's kind of like the same thing. Well, not that it's working for Tiger now because he's been injured so much, but I mean, remember when he got started, he was all this workout fiend. He was doing all
yeah,
this stuff, and all the other golfers were like still walking around drinking beer and smoking cigarettes while they were
yeah,
golfing. But Williams, both of them were huge into that whole working out.
yeah, absolutely. That
I mean,
that
I don't want to meet her in an alley and she'd kick my ass. I mean, she is one powerful woman.
very,
Yeah.
very, yeah. Yeah. I won't
Mm.
go there. I won't go there. I'm tempted to, but I won't. I won't go there. Yeah.
We'll go
I
down.
will.
We'll take that turn.
Yeah. Dave would recognize my tap dancing right there. Like
Yes.
I won't touch that. I'll just. Yeah. I'm not. I'm not. I
Yeah.
really want to, but I'm not. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, she's just an amazing woman, an amazing champion, and an amazing athlete, I feel like. And
Mhm.
uh, I wanted to just not like it matters to her career, but I just thought we could, talk about it a little bit on this
No, the
show.
question is, what kind of beer does she drink as a recovery? I mean, I would think she
You
would
know
have a
what?
beer as a recovery drink after. It's probably like a PBR or something. It's got
Yeah,
to be a light beer, a
it.
lighter lager.
I picture her a wine person, but
Yeah, yeah, probably. I mean,
let me.
tennis is kind of pinky out. I mean,
It's kind of pinky out. Let's see, Serena Williams. Uh, see, let's see if something comes up here. Um, let's see. I guess she did something. She did something here. Oh, she did something with beer pong.
oh, okay.
Uh, Years and years ago. Let's see. Let's see. Let me see if I can get something here. That would be interesting, huh? Favorite.
Yeah.
Uh, let's see. Favorite beer interview. It's cooking. Oh, we might get something here. Yeah, she did order that coffee during her tennis match, so we know she definitely likes the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There's something here. Let's see. Food cooking. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get. I don't know if we're getting that. Yeah, I don't think we're getting that. We're getting her like her favorite meals, favorite
Okay.
thing to uh celebration food. Uh yeah, nah, we're not. Wait, let's see. In your ideal party. Uh yeah, nah, they're just wait. Oh, okay. They ask her, "Do you drink?" This is from bonappetit.com, and they ask her, and this is from 2013, so fairly
Okay.
recently.
All right. Yeah. A couple years.
Um, do you drink? And she says, "I'm very much," and that's exactly what I was picturing.
Wine. Yeah.
Yeah, very much a glass of wine girl. I love Cabernets and most French wines.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's better than I like. What was it? White Zinfandel and Mogan David. So at least she's good quality red wine.
Yeah, and see, yeah, you would. I have no idea. All that stuff is, it's Chinese to me. I have no idea what any of that was. But yeah, that, I had a feeling she was more of a
Yeah, that makes sense.
wine person. Which, hey, nothing wrong with that. It's
Oh
just,
no.
you know, I would like her introduce her to some good craft beer. But
Yeah.
so, did you do anything this past week, Mark? Have any new beers? Anything like that?
What did I have? I had the maybe I don't know if you saw it on tap, but I did a bottle of the Stone Imperial Russian Stout from 2010.
Oh, was that your second one?
Maybe no, I had one from 2009. I did a
Oh,
couple weeks ago, and I have 2010, and I had that on was that Saturday? And oh, was it good? I've still got one more bottle. So,
uh,
but yeah, that was I had that, and I made some ribs on the big green egg. So that was kind of the started drinking it while the ribs were cooking, finished it up with
oh
dinner.
yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And then it was part of a whole thing, so that makes it even more better. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man,
Because yeah, you're
it was. I mean, there's a big, it's a 20, there's a bomber of a 9.5% beer or something. Yeah, that was definitely that's kind of an event beer. You just don't
yeah,
chug something like that.
yeah.
I mean, that's one of you. I mean, I started. Yeah, it took me like 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours to go through that. And I started off fairly, kind of out of the fridge, so fairly cold. But by the time I had that last glass with dinner, oh, it had warmed up. It was probably 50 degrees, 55 degrees, 60 degrees. I mean, it was just, it went perfect because I buy the pre-seasoned pork ribs from Costco. They
Hmm.
put a dry rub on them, and
Uh-huh.
it's a pretty good dry rub. I mean, they put really easy. A little bit of brown sugar, like paprika, garlic, salt, onion, salt, salt and pepper.
Sure.
So it's a legit dry rub that they put on it. And you just buy them pre-seasoned. And I put a little bit of coffee on it. I ground up some coffee and put that on top of that. And then, which any of you watching coffee, if you do like just a basic dry rub, maybe salt, pepper, a little bit of brown sugar, paprika, maybe a little bit of cayenne pepper if you like a little spicy. And then if you grind up some coffee, like dark roasted coffee, and you put that in there, really, really good. And it went perfect. And I was having that beer, and it was a perfect match.
Oh man, I bet it was. It sounds fantastic.
Yeah. And then all the coworkers this week, yesterday and today, we don't have any leftovers now, but I had ribs yesterday and today. Everybody's like, "Oh, that smells so good!"
Yeah, you bastard. Yeah, because there's
enjoy your frozen dinner. I've got ribs.
Exactly right. Yeah. Enjoy your lean cuisine, bastard.
I've got some nice pork ribs, smoked with a little bit of that bark on it. They call it little ends, where it's like a little burned right on the edge. Oh man,
so good, good.
Yeah,
that does sound fantastic, and especially because you had when you have a good pairing like that, you don't even want that moment to end. I swear to God, you savor it and savor it and savor it, and then the closer you do get to the end, you're like,
yeah, I'm down to my last glass of beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that is a classic pairing for me. I'll do the ribs, put a little bit of coffee in the dry rub, and then have it with a good, like a good stout, imperial stout. And then chicken, like barbecue chicken, goes great with IPAs. I mean, that's another classic.
That's what I'm having right now is some chicken breast that I just cooked up right now. And I bought it, pre-seasoned, like you say, but from my local store, and they had it in the markdowns. It still had like 2 days on it or something. And I had froze it. I took some out when I got done with my run right now, and it is just so chicken breast, man. When you cook it right, is just so tender and just so. It can go with everything. It really can.
Yeah. No, it can. I mean, chicken breast can be, it's good, but you've got to make sure you cook it right, because it goes from tender and moist to like credit card dry really fast, because there's just no fat in it. It's just all protein. So you gotta cook it right. On the grill, you cook it till it's almost not quite done, but then you take it off the grill and cover it with some foil for a few minutes, and then it just it does that little carryover cooking, and it ends up being perfect.
Yeah, it ends up being really, really good. I cook mine really low for a while, and I seem to never have a problem. I was talking with I broke down Saturday morning, so the mechanic that came out was from the country, and so he told me that he raises emus. And
oh wow, okay.
So he was telling me about emu meat, and he said it's like beef. He said it's just seriously lean.
Okay.
But he said it's really good, And
so he raises emus. And so does he do the beef, and then does he do like the emu oil? Because you ever seen a commercial for Richard Petty and Johnny Bench for blue emu? It's supposed to relieve. It's like a pain reliever, joint pain stuff, and their whole thing is, and you won't stink or something. It's made with emu oil, and you won't stink. So got like Johnny Bench talking about how he puts it on his, like his knees and his ankles, and Richard Petty I don't know where Richard Petty puts emu oil, but maybe his butt hurts from sitting in the car all the time. I don't know. I didn't even know Richard Petty was still alive. but he's
Oh,
still
you
there.
do?
He's got his hat on. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, no, he's still, and he's active too, bro.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he looks like he's actually in pretty good. He's got to be what, mid to late 70s probably at this point.
Probably he. I mean, he
Yeah.
looks like it at least, but he's a good race car owner, man.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah.
he's active. He's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
hmm
But
He's
yeah.
but I don't know if I'm gonna touch that one either. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Okay. I've tossed out a couple things here that you're not
Mhm.
touching. Wow.
I'm
on
trying.
a roll.
I'm trying to be a good boy.
Okay.
I'm trying. We'll see how it goes. We still got at least a half
That's only
hour.
two. Will the third one be the one that breaks you?
Yeah,
You just like go off the road and into the Grand Canyon. Or
I've done this many times. You've been there. I try.
yeah,
And
it's
then
like
someone,
sooner or later I throw you a softball. You got to hit it out of the park. Come on.
just when I think they're out, they bring me back in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's I try sometimes to be
Now I
good.
wonder. Here's the third one. You got. I don't know if
Let me make sure.
Serena Williams, does she use emu oil? That's what I want to see. Now she would kick Richard Petty and Johnny Bench's ass. I mean, that wouldn't even be a
Now,
issue.
Bum is saying he's having a Sierra Nevada. He said a combination of words he said he thought he'd never hear.
Uh-oh.
Sierra Nevada Oktoberfest.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That I saw that in my store locally like 3 weeks ago. I'm like, no, I'm not buying Oktoberfest right away. I did buy a Beta Oktoberfest last week.
Oh.
And it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
So you sampled it already, okay.
Yes, but not the Sierra Nevada.
I wanted to spend some time talking about something that I did Sunday, and I got one of these. And I've never even heard of them before. Well, I guess I have heard of them. When I started looking them up, I guess I had heard of it, but I didn't pay too much attention to it. But the Crowler.
Okay. What is it?
I got this one at Whole Foods.
All right.
And what it is, it's genius, bro. It's genius. I see this as the future. I love to talk about new stuff in beer, in craft beer. 32 ounce, 1 quart. What you do, you're at your favorite craft beer place, brewery, whatever. And people that don't know, some Whole Foods do have bars. And so I was in one that did. And they take a 32 ounce can, pour whatever they have on tap in it, and they can it right there for you.
Oh, so it's like can it yourself beer.
Yeah, and that's why they call it the Crowler, because it's a 32 ounce can growler, really.
Oh, cool.
And once they can it, you're done, son. Like, you could keep this forever.
So they put the beer in there, and they got a little machine that they run it through. Does it like put in the nitrogen, get rid of the oxygen, and then it puts like the crimpy top thing on it?
They pour whatever beer you want in there.
Okay.
Right? And then they have a machine. So they put it, and it's a very basic machine too. And they just put the can there, put the lid, it spins it, and it does something twice as it's spinning, and it happens super fast. It's just whoop whoop, and it's done. It like seals it.
Huh.
And that's it.
Wow.
And then you don't have to rush home. I had a few other stops I had to make.
So it's not glass, so it won't break if you drop it.
Right. You're not worried about it getting skunked.
It's a 32 ounce can?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a 32 ounce.
You got to do it in 40s. You got to do it in 40s.
But I thought
this was awesome. I've never heard of that before. That's cool.
I seen it and I immediately was in love. I was having. If you ever do make it here, brother, we are going to have a whole bunch of this particular beer that's in here. It's from Historic Brewing Company. They are out of Flagstaff. It's very sweet. I ain't going to deny that. But it's called Pie Hole Porter. 6.1%. I'm telling you, I could have drank that all freaking day. It was one of the best porters I've ever had. It's very sweet. It doesn't.
Okay.
To me, it's one of those that's kind of on the fine line of, is it a porter or is it a stout?
Okay. All right.
Uh, didn't have any of that traditional smokiness. If it does, then it's hidden way in there. Uh, all you get really is just big, big, big chocolate taste,
Okay.
and a little cherry, because it's like a cherry pie hole porter is really its
Okay.
name. So there's a little cherry in there, and I mean, the biggest chocolate taste I've had in a beer in a long time.
Wow.
I mean, just really good. It was really good. So I was like, give me some of that. And then I got the Ballast Points porter as well. Oh, I can't think of the.
No, not Sculpin. That's their IPA.
No, it was doggone it, something, the flag cap, victory of flag, capture the flag, or something. Anyway, but
Okay.
I got Ballast Points porter as well, and it's just so cool because at least at Whole Foods they didn't charge you for the can; they just charge you for the beer.
Okay.
So it's perfect, because who in the hell, I don't carry around growlers with me, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so you end up with 2.5 million freaking growlers. You know what I'm saying? And most
Yep.
of them are glass screw top. You got to hurry up and drink them within that day or a few days.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just perfect.
Yep.
Uh, I can't wait to
That's a
crack.
great idea.
It is, and I guess they started this last year. I forget the name of the company, but they started this last year. I guess it's about a $3,000 investment
Okay.
for that machine. I guess they give you so many cans for free included
Okay.
with that, and then I would imagine you pay for the shipment of the cans afterwards. But
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. How perfect is that, man? It's
No,
lighter. You could actually go to the pub or wherever the brewery on
mm-hmm.
your way to going fishing, camping, out for the day.
Yep.
Uh,
Get a couple of those
get
and
a couple of these, drop them in the lake while you're fishing or
yep.
whatever, and you have them, toss them, done.
Mhm. Yep. Exactly.
I
That's a great
mean,
idea.
it. It's a win-win, man. I mean, it's so perfect. Lighter, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
it's aluminum can. I
Yep.
mean, I saw that and I was immediately like, and people didn't see it because of where they had it. They kind of had it behind stuff,
Mm-hmm.
in the back of the.
So you just pay for the beer and that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So in the beers are different prices. They have a lot of. If you haven't been to a Whole Foods bar, they've got a lot of beer, a lot of
Yeah.
good beer, a lot of good beer.
We've got the Whole Foods we go to has a pretty good craft beer selection, but they don't have a growler bar.
Yeah, and then with that, you can also go buy whatever beer you want from what they sell, and then you can drink it there. So
Okay. That's nice.
it's hell actually,
Yeah.
because they have a lot of goddamn good beer there, man.
Yeah.
And before you know
I can't wait till I get home. I'm just gonna sit here.
it, make sure you do an Uber or something. I'm telling you, man, because
Oh yeah.
you
Get
will
yourself a bomber of some big beer and
you'll
yeah.
be hammered. I mean, done, son. So
Yeah.
you know,
That's a great idea though.
but
A
it's
can growler. Growler in a
it's
can.
a fantastic idea. You spend half a second looking it up. They call them the Crowlers, no matter where you look them up at.
Okay.
It's something that was invented by a company, and they do call it the Crowler.
Uh-huh.
And of course, Whole Foods has their own label, and some of the others have their own label.
Mm-hmm.
Some other craft breweries are actually doing that. They're serving Crowlers of whatever beer you want.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I wonder if I know Zach was talking about wanting to do canning next year, I think.
Well, this is one way he could do it fairly cheap. I
Yeah.
mean, for Zach, I would imagine, a $3,000 investment's not too bad. It's probably,
Mhm.
it gets in you a little bit, but I mean, to have your people be able to take home something and have it just as fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a month later, I would assume you might even be able to age that depending on the beer.
Oh yeah. I mean,
And
the only
another cool thing they had over there at Whole Foods was they could nitro any beer you wanted.
wow, that's
It,
cool.
I had a nitroed. What did I have? I had something nitroed. Oh, what did I have? I'd have to go back in my Untapped and look. But whatever I put when I was drinking at Whole Foods, whatever I said I was drinking, I had nitroed,
Okay.
and there was no way for me to let people know that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you had XYZ beer, but there wasn't a way to pick the nitro version.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, yeah, whatever I
That's
had, I had
cool.
nitroed, and oh, I mean,
Big
just
difference, isn't it? Nitro, the
oh,
bubbles are so tiny and creamy. I mean, it's a huge.
that creaminess just gets you. It really does.
Hmm.
It was really really cool. But yeah, I was like, I saw the sign they had there, and I'm like, because they do have a lot of, well, at least the one the ones that I've gone to two so far. Well,
Hmm.
three. I've gone to three, and they do have a lot of beers. And
Yep.
it happens to be that I go on Sundays, and they also had brandling going. So
Oh wow.
they had a rye. It was a rye. I forget from what brewery, but it was a local brewery.
Okay.
I want to say it was a Scottsdale Brewing, but in any case, it was a local brewer that they
Hmm.
had this rye ale from. I think it was
Okay.
oh, I forget what the exact name of it, but it was a rye, and they had that randled with pineapple and green chili.
Oh.
It was
Oh, that sounds really good.
it was
That would be a really
fantastic.
good pizza.
It,
Pineapple and green chili pizza. Canadian bacon, pineapple, and green chili. Oh.
it was so good. It was so spicy. It was really good. Um, and people didn't know, the people that I was there with, they had no idea what it what that was. So the minute I
Uh-huh.
sat down, I'm seeing all this stuff. I'm seeing that they nitro any beer you want. I'm seeing the Randall in the back, and then I'm seeing that they had that canning thing, and I'm like, okay, you can see my hands, right?
Yeah.
Because right,
That's like a beer geeks. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was, I
That's like a
was,
dream.
I couldn't even believe myself. I was like, wow, you guys are amazing. I had not been to Whole Foods, like I say, a Whole Foods pub in a while, but
Hmm.
oh, I'm definitely gonna be putting it on my list. I mean,
Oh yeah. That sounds like a good place. You just go there and do grocery shopping and have a couple beers.
right, and plus the scenery around there doesn't hurt. Hello.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep. Hmm.
There is a lot of
You'd like to
hotties at
check out those
Whole
fresh
Foods.
melons that they got there in the produce
I'm
section, right?
saying, right? I'm saying. But and then it is good to know that you could, if you're at one that does have a pub, you can get whatever beer they sell there and
Hmm.
sample it there as well. So
Yep.
it was possible to get your favorite beer, even if they didn't have it on tap, nitro it and then try it.
Hmm.
I'm saying, ooh, I had a brown. It was a brown. I had a brown. Darn it, I meant to look it up and I didn't. Oh yeah, I think I had a brown. Did I even put them all in here? I don't even know if I put them all in here. Who knows? Let me see what yeah, I had that pie hole. What was this? In oh, the Alaskan Imperial.
Okay.
Um, what
Ooh.
else did I have? How come it's not showing them all to me? In any case, I did have a few over there, and I tried to have their small pours because you
Yeah.
know you want to max, but a lot of these darn beers are imperials, and you're
Oh yeah. Even the small pours. of them. You're like, oh man.
I mean, a lot of these beers they give you small pours anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The
So
regular pour, yeah.
yeah, they're regular. I mean, they're only giving you an 8 or 10 ounce pour. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, but
Oh,
but
well, that's a good idea. I don't know if Whole Foods can do that here. They changed the laws. Maybe they can now. It'd be interesting. I'm gonna have to ask the dude up there in the beer department next time we're up at Whole Foods.
definitely a lot of fun. I wanna talk about this one too here. I'll put the link in the chat for you. I want and I haven't read it. It's just the headline alone is funny. Um,
Yes, there's now a beer for your dog. Seriously, cool.
yeah. So there's this beer for your dog. So let's see. Flat 21 Beer Works has launched Indy's first dog brew, a non-alcoholic beer made especially for your canine companions. The beer is officially premiering Friday. This was written 8/24, so it already
Yeah.
premiered. Um,
Huh.
let's see, uh, at the brewery's pet adoption and supply drive. Uh,
Huh. So it looks like they made basically a non-alcoholic flat beer. No carbonation and no alcohol.
it sounds like what might have happened was, and I guess you could read the full story. I just have to click on it, I guess. But it sounds like what might have happened is they tried to make a non-alcoholic beer. It went to hell, so they said, you know what? This is just my dog that ended up drinking it. You know, why not just sell it to dogs? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
I
why
mean,
not? Create
yeah,
a dog brew. Huh. That's cool.
you know, it's if whatever works, man. I mean, if they can. Oh, they do have a video of I know people that give their dogs beer anyway. I
Regular
mean,
beer. Yeah.
yeah, I mean I know people that for every and it's the both people I met were either Coors drinkers or Natural Light,
Natural light. Ooh, yeah. Okay. I'd
and
rather.
and whatever beer they were having, the dog had. So it was
Huh.
one of them deals.
Well, I know in Colorado I noticed, but definitely in Portland, all the bars and brew pubs and stuff always had water bowls out for the dogs. A lot of stores did that. Just water bowls out for the dogs as people are out walking around.
Yeah, like you can go to a let's see, I've been to two breweries here so far where I've seen people just walk in with their dogs.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't bother me. It reminds me of Germany actually. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was in Germany in the very early 90s. Matter of fact, what was it, 89, 90?
Mm-hmm.
And it was very common to see people walk into anywhere with their dog
Yep.
where you did not see that. Dogs weren't quite as popular as they are now here.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the, but it was very common to see that over there. Uh, you know,
Oh yeah. No, and they're getting more. I think more places are getting dog friendly now.
oh, so Bum wants to know, are one or both of you guys part of the Brotherhood? He said, I noticed you're both eating and drinking with left hands. Us lefties rule.
Yep. Left-handed people are in their right mind, isn't
They're in
that
their
what they
right
say?
mind. That's right. Yeah, Bum, that's a pretty good observation right there. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
definitely lefty.
Yeah, I am 100% lefty.
So yeah, and I think that's one reason me and Mark get along pretty good.
That's right. Yep. Left-handed people.
The president's left-handed. There's a lot of us. You got to watch out, man. We're sneaking up.
Yep. Yep. We
We're
are
taking over.
the brotherhood. I like that.
Yeah, it's there's definitely a left-handed brotherhood. Yeah, because there's certain things that only left-handed people understand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Now here's another article from Lifehacker, and Lifehacker has a few articles that I liked this week, but they have an article on why a 5% beer and Mark might like this. A 5% beer gets you so much more drunk than a 4% beer.
Huh. Okay. It's not that much more, but
It's
yeah.
not that much more, but they have, of course, Life Hacker. They're going to go all out on that sort
Hmm.
of stuff. And I have not read it. Let me see. So he did some math for you. So 12-ounce beer of 4% strength contains about 1.4 alcohol units. Let's say you're drinking only one beer per hour. You're probably not, but for simplicity, let's say you are.
That's a smart man.
Yeah. In that case, your body processes 1.0 units and leaves zero point 0.4 and begins laying down the gentle buzz.
Okay.
Have another beer the next hour, your body handles another unit and excess goes, right? So now you're at 0.08 and accumulates from there. The next hour you're at 1.2 units,
Yeah.
you know, and on goes that. Now a 12-ounce beer at 5% strength has about 1.8 units. That leaves zero point 0.8 after your hour, right? And then another beer after that hour, you're at 0.16. No, yeah, 1.6. The next hour, you're at 2.4. So it's really double.
Yeah. That little extra amount. You wouldn't think, I guess you would think intuitively that it would be to be double, you got to go from 4 to 8, but not so, because your body only processes a certain amount.
Right.
So that's how so if you've ever wondered why you can pound 10 Coors Lights at a barbecue and a couple of microbrews destroy you, there you go.
There you go. And that's actually pretty good for you to
Yeah.
know. That's good information for you to know
Yep.
because if you are out somewhere and drinking, this is
Hmm.
good information. So
Yeah.
let me see.
So that's
You're
why like a bomber of like 10% Russian Imperial Stout kind of gets you buzzed. Is that probably if you drink it like in over
yeah,
an hour or two? Yeah. That's
yeah.
probably why.
Yeah, so man, if you're drinking those big beers,
Yep.
your body's getting crushed, right? Because um, it processes 1 unit of alcohol, right?
Hmm.
What did it say here? Let's see. Yeah, 1.4 alcohol units in a 4% beer, and in a 5% beer, you have 1.8 units. So
Yeah.
it's really double.
Yeah.
So I wonder if you double that for a 6%
Yeah.
beer.
I don't know. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like according to their, you know,
Units. They've got a link there that says units of alcohol. Okay. So that takes you to Wikipedia and it gives you some formula and how it relates to ABV. Oh, okay. Hmm.
but that's kind of really good information, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
And we got this chart. Oh, there we go. So there we go. So if I share
yeah, so let's see what you're looking at.
this thing, this is the chart that was kind of blown up from the,
Oh, there you go. Okay,
okay.
so let's see.
So if you go like alcohol content, serving size milliliters. So 140 is pretty close to like a 12 ounce. Yeah, but there's that 1.4. Yeah. So it does scale up pretty fast.
Scales up really fast, right?
Yeah. So
Um,
that's so they go alcohol content by volume, ABV, 8. Okay, so they're starting like at like, that's good. That's a good solid beer. They're 8%. I mean, so milliliter, what is it? 1,000 milliliters per liter. So it's about 300. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So like 300 milliliters. Wow. Yeah. No wonder you get drunk fast drinking a 10% beer. Look at that. You're drinking 10 is like, whoa, here's your typical bottle right here,
yeah, so you can only process one
unit per
unit
hour.
1 unit per hour. So
So if you drink like a 10% beer and you drink like a 12-ounce bottle, you're at like 2.5 units right there.
yes, you're
Yeah.
you're already getting a little buzz from, what did he say? It was, you had point 0.4,
Yeah.
you had point
Yeah.
0.4 units left over out of a 4% beer.
Yeah.
So good lord. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
if
mean,
you're
that's a fast. And you if you have a 12-ounce bottle of Bud or uh, let's see, Old Rasputin, your Russian Imperial Stout, you have 4.5% for Bud, and
you know
Old
what, Mark?
Rasputin's like 9.
Is that how drunk you are? You know how they tell you you're point oh 0.04.
I don't know.
You
I
know
don't
what
know
I'm
how
saying?
that
Like the
relates. Yeah.
So is that so like if your body can only process, so if you have a beer that's 1.8%, I mean 1.8 units, right? And
Yeah.
then you drink it and you have
An
point
hour. Does
point
that put you at
eight.
0.08? Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? So is that how drunk you are?
It
Like,
might be. I mean, there's probably some correlation there, but I don't know. Let me see here. I'm gonna look at my
that's
16
a
ounce can.
that's a lot of math for me, man. My head's already like,
Okay, so it's 12 and a half. So yeah, like a 12-ounce bottle is like 300 milliliters. So this little scale here, I mean, it only goes up to 240. So that's like 11 ounces. That's like an
oh
11-ounce
wow,
bottle. So if you're drinking a 10% beer and you drink like 11 ounces,
you're
you're
at the
already at
top of
like
this.
2.5 units.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, so that's why you get drunk when you drink big beers.
Yeah,
Huh.
and that's why they give you a small pour, right?
That's why they
So
don't give you the little sissy pour, although it's not really a sissy pour
it's
because
not a
it's
sissy pour. I mean, it's
yeah.
it's it's comparable, right?
So
I
that would
mean,
explain why I drank all those beers at Zach's place. The little 10-ounce pours. That's why Pam had to drive home.
yeah.
Huh.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, for that 2 ounce pour, right? Some people give you maybe a 4 ounce pour for a
Yeah.
sample.
Yeah. I was doing 10 ounce. I was doing 10-ounce pours.
Wow.
I had all 12 beers at 10-ounce pours over like a 5-hour period.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
No wonder I was. Yeah. Okay. Now it all makes sense. 3 months later. It's like, oh yeah.
It took
Yeah.
it took 3 months for the darn brain
Oh,
cells.
to wear off. Yeah.
So I wonder, and I was talking about this, but you might not have saw this before you jumped in. So after a good bender like that, I mean a hell of a bender, right?
Yep.
The first thing you want to do, because I was talking about my Brita pitcher, right? And got a
Okay.
new. They came out with a new filter. I don't know how new it is. I just happen to now see it because I
Okay.
needed a new filter. Got a new filter. I would compare this water that's being filtered now to any bottled water. I mean, it is that tasty.
Okay.
Um, and I was saying, after a good bender like that, right, on a Saturday night, and you wake up
Mm-hmm.
Sunday morning, you need a couple good glasses of water, right?
Yep. Yep.
And it's not uncommon to have a glass of water and get your buzz back.
I wonder. Yeah. Does it dilute it enough and get it stirred back up? I don't
You know what I'm
know.
saying? Like, are you dehydrated enough from the alcohol that when you hydrate that, it
Yep.
just like,
Yeah. Like shoots it back in your system. I don't
yeah,
know. There's probably something to do with that. Yeah.
there's yeah,
And
yeah,
I've gotten in the habit of if I have more than a few beers, especially near before I go to bed, I try to drink a big glass, like a quart of water, before I
yeah.
go to bed. And that seems to help a lot. I just sleep a lot better, and you have to get up and pee, but at least you're not dehydrated.
Yeah, you better get up and pee, right? 'Cause-
You wouldn't want to not get up and pee. That would be not good.
um, that I just wonder. That is a very interesting chart we just saw, because
Mhm.
that'll probably stick in my head there. Although all that math hurts me. I mean, it really, that I think that is doing more damage than all the alcohol, really. That chart. You know what I'm saying? That chart is just like,
It basically, all you need to take away from that, Joe, is that if you're drinking 10% beer, like an Imperial, there's pretty much
you're
no excuse why you shouldn't be drunk
you're
after a couple of those.
so you're roughly at, yeah, once you're at 10% beers, 8% beers, you're above the 2 units.
Yep.
And so you're only processing 1 unit, and the other
Yeah.
unit is left behind. Yeah, it would
Give
be.
you a hangover the next morning, basically.
Yeah. So now, so we need another chart, right? We need the other chart that says, okay, and if you're this size,
Mm-hmm.
your body average typically processes this many units, and you are this legally drunk.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If we have those charts together, then you can say, okay, I'll drink this beer, and I'll be this hammered.
Yeah. It's like a hammer predictor.
Yeah, it actually it's good for drunks, right? Because they know they can budget it at that point, right? They can budget it.
Blow your budget. You just get enough.
I need to be. It's kind of like like you have your water faucet right in your sink, and then you finally get one of those water faucets that has a thermometer on it, right? And so now you know exactly where you need to put in order to get 73-degree temperature, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you would know exactly. Okay, I used to kind of guess 6 or 7 Budweisers and I'm hammered, but now I know exactly for my body size. I can consume about 5 in an hour and I'm done.
Look all the money I saved.
Yeah. I needed to achieve this buzz, so I drank this much. You know, it's a process.
And money left in my wallet for the next time.
Yes.
Just enough, but not too much.
Just enough Colorado session beers, and I'm done.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. So
no use overdoing the session beers. Just do enough.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to learn here on the Share Beer. It's amazing.
Right, yeah.
It's
imparting
really,
knowledge.
Yes.
And advice.
Yes. So now you know what beer you can buy for your dog.
Mm-hmm.
So you left here with that. I had there was another a brewery in Philadelphia made a special beer for the Pope. Yada yada yada.
Okay.
What do you want? I guess the Pope is visiting this month in Pennsylvania.
Yep, he's going to be in Philadelphia and somewhere else.
So there was an article on that, and then I did have, which I can save, I guess. I had a craft beer and chocolate chip cookie pairings.
Ooh.
And this is pretty predictable. I mean, they went with Wells and Young's double chocolate stout.
Okay. Yeah.
New Belgian Brewing AB Belgian style double.
Okay.
And deep alum pale ale.
Okay.
It's a lighter brew, but kind of predictable for chocolate chip cookies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But just kind of fun stuff there if someone wants to check that out. So, all right, man. Thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. Another good show. Had some.
What is this? 335 or 336 or something?
335.
Wow.
So it's man, this has been a trip, isn't it? Like
oh yeah.
How long does it take to get to 335?
Oh gosh, that's like 6 years.
It's been a while.
Think how many hours of our lives we've wasted talking about beer.
At 335, I can tell you right now.
There you go. You're doing good at math, Joe.
Yeah, that was an easy math problem for me.
1 hour, basically an hour a week for like 6 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's basically 335 hours. So
we got to toss in all the extra time we've spent, going over,
Yeah, there was a lot
maybe
of
400 hours, maybe 400 hours.
Yeah, because some of those shows were a couple hours long.
Yeah.
They, in the early days, they easily went a couple hours.
1 hour turned into 2.
Yeah, it's been a trip. It's been fun and hard, and all of that at the same time. It's it hasn't been easy. There's, especially in the last year, seriously challenging. I did not.
Trying to fit it in with everything else that's going on.
Yeah, seriously challenging, but it's a lot of fun, and it comes out. I get a lot of email. Oh, by the way, if someone wants to email me, you can email me joedreviews@gmail.com. I have not put that out there in a long time, but and a lot of people have been finding my email and email me lately. So
that's cool.
I have been getting a lot of emails. So yeah, feel free. You can email me anytime. Like I say, joedreviews@gmail.com. So Joe D review, I'm sorry, at gmail.com. So yeah, feel free, or get in touch with me however you want.
We'll be here next week probably.
I get a lot of people asking about Mark.
Yeah.
What's the best way to get in touch with Mark?
Oh man, just go to my blog, marksanderson.com, or just Google Plus, Mark Sanderson, Google Plus. I'm there.
Yeah, Google Plus is a very easy way to get in touch with either one of us. That's for sure. Because, I check it at least once daily, at least once, at a minute.
Usually at least once a day in the morning, and maybe once at night at a minimum.
Yeah.
At the beginning and end of the day.
Yeah. So it's definitely one of the best ways. And Bum, I don't know which way. You can always get Bum in Google Plus as well.
Yep.
He's our Q&A guy.
Did you come up with the show title yet? Come on, he's slacking.
He's slacking. I guess we could call it the Brotherhood, but that wouldn't tell us much about. Might just call it the Crowler or.
Yeah, Crowler. There we go.
That might be good enough.
Get your damn Crowler.
Okay, man. Peace out. Thanks, Mark.
See ya.
See you, man.
Take care, guys.